on here at NAMM 2017 for BackStage360, sitting with Shari Puorto.
Hello.
Right.
You got it.
All right. Now, you've been on the music scene for about 15 years now, 16 years now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And why is this the first time I've ever met you? Oh, my God.
You know why? Because I've been trying to find you, and you just keep running so fast, I can't catch up with you.
Me running? That's pretty funny to think of. But
It took our friend Brian here at 360 to get us together.
I know, and I'm very happy for that, because you just put out a CD, My Obsession.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about this CD, because your obsession is what?
My shoes.
Your shoes. So your shoes inspired an entire album, right?
Kinda.
So tell me about the album.
Well, I'm super, super proud of this album, and it came out almost a year ago, and it's all originals except for one cover tune that we do, When a Man Loves a Woman.
Okay.
That I'm really proud of that too. Produced by Tony Bronigal here in LA with Johnny Lee Shell, Mike Finnegan, Bob Glaub, Jimmy Vivino, Johnny Hawthorne, Steve Pfister, just packed with amazing musicians. I'm truly blessed to have them on my record, and I'm just really proud of that CD.
Well, these are musicians you just labeled that you've worked with in the past in your whole career since you hit the music scene about early 2000s, right?
Yes, on and off, yeah.
Now, have you recorded on other albums with a lot of these other musicians?
Some of them, yes.
Name some of them. I want to hear some names. Drop the names.
Well, Bob Glaub and I have worked together. Barry Goldberg, by the way, he and I wrote a lot of the songs on this CD. Super proud. He and I have been writing together for years, and we've played together live many times, and he's the best.
Now, I read it through the rumor mill that you played with Ronnie Montrose, right?
I opened for Ronnie Montrose.
Ah, that's what it is. Are you going tomorrow night to the celebration?
I will be there, yes.
Awesome. We're actually lucky. BackStage360 is going to have the opportunity to interview Lisa. Have you met Lisa?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I hear a lot of good things about her, right? Yeah, okay. Well, this isn't about her, though. This is about you. No.
Sorry, Lisa.
So, what else you got planned for NAMM? What have you been doing here at NAMM?
Well, I'm just, hanging out with my friends here at Calzone, Anvil Cases, my buddy Joe, and they're like my family, so we love coming here. My band is all here, and we kind of hover. And then I'll be heading over to AKG Harman. They endorse me for microphones, are the best, so I'll be over there next, and just walking around and seeing all my friends and saying hi it's really fun.
Yeah, this is definitely an experience. This is my first time at NAMM. How many times have you been here?
A lot.
So what has changed about NAMM over the course of you being here, other than the size, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's really the only thing, is the size. I was surprised how many people were here today walking in on a Friday. It's normally not this crowded. Tomorrow, it's insanity.
Well, I know from personal experience, NAMM has gotten a lot more attention just over the last few years because big name artists making their case here and whatnot. So, and of course, you being one of them, especially Shari Puorto making her making her debut here. So, well, not debut, but
with you,
with me, your debut with BackStage360.
Right.
Very happy to have you on here. So, I'm running out of material But okay, so let's get back to the CD here.
We can say where they can come find me.
Were you?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you tell them the website then?
So come see us at bluesrockmusic.com. That's where you can find all of our tours. We're going to be playing on the East Coast in August. We're going to be up in Portland in July. We're going to Arizona in March of this year. So we're trying to really spread out.
That's awesome. So what else do you have going on with that website, with the group?
With the whom and what?
The group.
My band?
Yeah, your website. You just said. I'm sorry, I actually missed the website. I'm fumbling like a batshit crazy eye here right now.
It's okay.
What was the website name again?
Blues Rock Music.
Blues Rock Music. So what else is that? Just for your music?
Yeah.
For,
yes.
For your band. For
you
Shari Puorto band.
You can buy CDs on there. That happens to be my 4th CD that I released.
Okay.
So all the records are on the website. You can download them, or you can buy the physical copy. You can read about my entire band, see where we're going to be touring, where we're playing.
Who else is in your band? Because it's obviously not just you.
That is correct. That is a very good question. So check this out. My bass player from the East Coast, from Staten Island, Frank Scarpelli. He's the best. He and I have been playing together for about 10 years. On drums is Mike Sauer. Guitars, John DePatty. He's from Connecticut. My boy from Connecticut. And then, did I get everybody? Bass, drum, guitar, and me. Yeah.
And you do all the singing in this.
I do all the
album,
singing,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, just all the singing. Okay. Now I did also happen to catch that you've got a nice raspy voice. Just hearing you talking, so I'm excited to take a listen to it. But what's your favorite track off of the CD?
Oh man, let's see. That's really hard because, you know what? Oh, gosh, I really like 6 Months Sober, and you got to listen to the lyrics on that one to understand what it's about.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a personal story.
It's deep.
Very deep.
Deep people.
Well, we like to go real deep here on Backstage 360,
Yeah.
so thank you for joining us here while we're taking a seat here at Anvil Case, Calzone Case Company.
Thank you, Calzone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Backstage 360.
That's a wrap. Hi, I'm Big John with Backstage 360 here at NAMM in Anaheim, California at the Anaheim Convention Center. And I found Mike Lull of Mike Lull's Custom Basses. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Has it been a good NAMM for you so far?
It's been busier than all get out. Yeah, it's been a great time.
Well, you're one of the bass manufacturers that's known for bringing out something new and custom each year. So what do you have for us this year?
You're looking at it right here. This is our new 30-inch scale, short scale bass that I designed to kind of help supply the demand for short scale basses that the hipster bands and the acoustic groups and the Americana groups are all going for these short scale basses these days. So I told myself I had to make one that actually sounded good, and I did.
Well, tell me, I'm a little bit ignorant on bass. I picked up one a little while ago and kind of learned a little bit of the basics.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a short scale and a regular bass?
Well, the speaking distance between here and here is 30 inches on this bass.
Okay.
On a standard like Fender style bass, it's 34 inches.
Okay.
That extra length adds a lot more tension to the string, makes it more difficult to press the string down.
Okay.
So guitar players, being the wimps that they are, they don't like pressing down bass strings. So short scale basses work really well for guys who are switching back and forth between bass and guitar.
That's interesting. Okay, well that's good to know. And I'm not really a guitarist, so I don't take any offense to that. I'm a drummer. That's what I am. So, how long have you been making custom basses?
Well, I've been making custom basses and guitars for 40 years, but I've doing it under my name and with my headstock and stuff for about 22.
Well, that's a beautiful headstock you've got there. It's nice. So, now I heard something. A fan of yours was telling me something about the T-Bird basses.
Yeah.
Now when did you come out with that model?
2009.
And how that had a huge reception in the bass market because of the shape of it.
Right.
And something about the balance of it. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I was able to fix the ergonomic issues because Thunderbird basses typically were headstock heavy and they would also flip away from you.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a terrible combination. So I fixed those issues by reconfiguring the back and lightening up the peg head and shortening the peg head down also, and was able to keep them from having the headstock dive and tipping forward. So
Wow.
that was the key issue for me.
That was pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure you had a nice sale run on that
It
one.
took me about 2 years to figure it out, yeah. But after that, we reverse engineered a pair of original 64 Gibson Thunderbird pickups
Oh, wow.
to make the bass actually really sound like a 60s Thunderbird. All the 70s and 80s and 90s Thunderbirds don't sound anything like the originals. So mine sound like the originals, and they play in tune, and they don't fall on the ground when you let go of them.
Well, that's pretty damn awesome. So
Yeah.
you're obviously a master of crafting basses. So what is special about this year's model that you're coming out with now?
Well, besides the fact that it's short scale,
Yeah.
it has the sound of a long scale bass, but the playability of a short scale bass. So it's easier for like I said, guitar players to jump back and forth between playing bass and guitar. Also, guys like myself who are getting older and we have some maybe slightly arthritic conditions in our hands, it's a much easier bass to play from a tension factor of actually pressing the strings down to the frets. So
What type of engineering went into being able to make it sound like the longer basses?
I kept the same nut width and heel width and string spacing as my standard 4-string basses.
Okay.
So I was able to use the same electronics that I use in my standard 4-string basses on a short scale bass. All the other short scale basses you see out there on the market, like the Fender Mustang bass or the Music Master bass or Dan Electros, all have narrower string spacing, cheaper pickups, cheaper bridges, and it makes them sound cheesy and cheaper. So I went all the way out with this to make it sound like a long scale bass, but you're playing a short scale bass.
Well, that's pretty damn awesome, Mike.
So,
Sounds like you've got this figured out. We're looking forward to what you are going to have coming up next year. Do we have any teasers about what you got in the works, prototype-wise?
No, quite honestly, not right now. We might have a 6-string bass at some point in time soon.
Ooh.
So
okay, well that sounds exciting.
We're looking into it. So
well, you heard it here first at BackStage 360, right here at NAMM Convention or NAMM at the Anaheim Convention Center with Mike Lull of Mike Lull Guitars. Thank you for tuning in.
thank you.
Hi, I'm Big John here at NAMM 2017 at the Anaheim Convention Center for BackStage 360. I'm with the gentleman here in charge of Music Freelancer. Now, John, this is your baby, right?
Yep, this is my baby.
So what inspired you to create this?
Well, actually, Joe created it, but I'm just one of his friends that performing here. I'm just performing here.
All right, well,
I love this company.
Joe, tell me what was the inspiration for this?
Being a musician on tour, talking to people and seeing like they need a job, they need to find a way to work at home these days because the industry is very hard to get in. We want to make something where people can do whatever they want to do with their passion and make money from their home.
That's awesome, because what you explained to me a little bit off camera what this is, that it's kind of a whole entire collaboration of 3 different main things that all work to the musician's benefit. What's the process of this?
It's basically the whole entire industry in one site. Because basically, let's say you're a guitarist, right? You go in there, you look for work. Employed from around the world, it's gonna see, okay, I want a guitarist, I want a jazz guitarist, I want a blue guitarist. They're gonna come in and you bid into that work. So you're working from home, collaborating with the employer from anywhere around the world. Or let's say if you're a freelancer, right? Or you want to post something, I want a guitarist. Guitarists from all around the world will show and work with you.
Now, is this something like if I'm a guitarist and I'm looking for a drummer, I can find a drummer as well?
Exactly. You can hire a person based on their skill, their budget, what country, their language, and they will all show up to work for you.
So it's like a message board for musicians. Now,
not really. It's more like, it's kind of like a job interview, but you're controlling your own job, and you're controlling your own budget, and you're controlling what you want to work or who you want to hire.
This is actually how I got hired by Joe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to perform over here. I was just a freelancer in his website, and it was just like, hey, are you interested in performing over here? I'm like, of course, yes. It's NAMM.
And now you guys have a relationship with this awesome program. Now, the best thing I like about this program is you integrated a safety mechanism so nobody gets screwed financially.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
So let's say if you're the freelancer, right? You send me a song, a jazz song. If I'm the employer, I can only listen to your music, but I cannot cheat you, and I cannot download your music unless I pay you. And then once I pay you, the file is downloaded, and then you have the music. Or let's say I'm the employer, and you gave me 5 out of 10 songs. All right, cool, you gave me 5 songs already. I'll pay you $10 right now or $100 right now, and I'll pay you more later. So we have like a milestone system where it keeps everybody intact and everybody keep working.
So it kind of helps with the negotiation if there's any type of breakdown.
It's like a trust system, a secure system.
Because you know, with any type of band, you always have that breakdown at one point when it comes to money, and you've kind of figured out a way to fix that with getting random people together in a collaboration style.
Exactly. Or maybe some guy, let's say if you give a guy a file and you run away with your file, that's a no-no, right?
Yeah.
No, you have to pay me first and then you could get my file. So it's like a trust system where, hey, I work for you now pay me and you can have my work.
I got to tell you, man, this is pretty interesting and amazing. How long did it take you to get this off the ground?
Well, we launched in 2012. We launched in Europe and Asia, version 1.0. And now this is a version 2.0 that we're launching in US as well. So right now we're trying to get the whole world connected. Europe and Asia already got like a version 1.0, 1.5 already. So right now we're just changing the site, making it intuitive, making it smarter, faster, so everybody can use it, connectedly.
I can see he's the one who really put this all together.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to know, John, what's your role in this music adventure?
Well, Joe needed a performer to show that you can get employed out of any kind of music that you want right now. So I'm a classical guitar player and an alternative rock player, but I choose to bring out my classical today. And yesterday I was playing some some alternative rock covers. It felt pretty nice making money, like just sitting down doing what you love, man.
Well, that's what this is all about, and you're creating this amazing program, Music Freelancer. Now, is this your first time here at NAMM?
Yeah, it's our first time with a boot at NAMM. Yeah.
How's the flow going the first couple of days?
Well, my voice is gone because people just keep coming, and I was explaining them the demo, so my voice is pretty gone right now.
Well, we definitely got a lot of information they're going to find on BackStage 360. This will be out in our next month issue. So thank you guys for having a seat with us and having a chat with us right here on BackStage 360 at NAMM 2017. Woo! Hi, I'm Big John here at NAMM 2017 at the Anaheim Convention Center. For BackStage360, I'm standing right next to Michael Hernandez, singer, songwriter, guitarist. I mean, you do all sorts of stuff.
A little bit of everything.
What's your primary focus? Is it the type of tribute bands?
Actually, I'm in a band that's based out of Salt Lake City since 1986, a band called Aerial. You can find us at aerialairforce.com. Based on the 80s, pretty much all original stuff that we've been doing over the years. I also do a Motley Crue tribute out of Salt Lake City called Rattlesnake Shake, and then a Rat tribute based here in Southern California called Wanted Man. Then I've got a little country band, which is a little bit different. We do the old stuff, Waylon Willie, Charlie Hank. We rock it up a little bit, a little distortion. We wear the long hair, but we still have the cowboy hats, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'll tell you, you definitely look the part for an 80s rocker that plays a guitar and sings. You screech at all? Like, do you hit those high notes?
You know, I was recently in a band out in Michigan, Detroit, Michigan, Savage Bliss, and we covered, all the great 80s hits. So I was doing character voice, anything from White Lion to Scorpions to Van Halen. So the range is kind of, I can cover some songs. It was disciplining, but it was a good time.
Well, what are we going to have on this? This is your newest album that just came out?
No, what this is a compilation of all of the best stuff that I've recorded over the years. We were in and out of studios trying to record, but it was never adequate enough. And prior to moving on to write the new stuff, we figured we needed to record the old stuff to put closure on it. So with this package, we were able to do that good quality package that we were real proud of. So it's kind of the best of. That's why we named it Re-Entry.
I like that.
Which is basically redo, retry. So that's where we ended up with that.
So where can people find that album?
You can find this at aerialairforce.com at our website, and there's links to our e-commerce pages there.
Well, you do a lot when it comes to music. So you play, you sing, you write, you do all this stuff. What else do you do that's musical?
Actually, what brings me to the NAMM show, I spent 12 years as a manufacturer's rep. Started out with a firm out of Denver, Colorado. We had a couple of great lines. They still continue to do it. That was Dean, Hartke, Samson, and Zoom. And then I was able to pick up an independent line, which is Vengeance Guitars, which you can kind of see right there. Our key selling point is a carbon fiber wrap neck with a wood core. So it does have a truss rod adjustment, but the fiber optic wrap neck, a carbon fiber wrap neck with fiber optic inlays is one of our key selling points.
I got to tell you, it looks very clean and very beautiful, so I want to check that out. Where can people look at these amps and find these amps?
VengeanceGuitars.com.
Are they in any mass manufacturers?
We are a NAMM member. We're not exhibiting this year, unfortunately, but we'll be at Summer NAMM Show and next year's Winter NAMM Show.
Well, that's good. We definitely look forward to having you out. So, let's see. You've got your original project, Aerial. You're a tribute band. Where have you recently played, and what are you doing in the future?
Let's see, like I said, I just got back from Detroit, Michigan, so I was out there working that scene, and that was, it was quite an experience. It is Motown. I never met such great musicianship, and the camaraderie there was unbelievable, unlike a lot of the cities where it's cutthroat.
Yeah.
But end result, a couple of venues I played out there, I don't know that, I played, I can't even remember.
That's what happens when you're playing all over the place.
Oh, and I was in a Motley Crue tribute out in Detroit as well called Wrecking Crew, and we played Diesel, which was a well-known venue, and then most recently, let's see, Salt Lake City. There's just a number of venues that I've played there in Salt Lake, but the list just goes on and on.
Well, man, you're a master musician, I can already tell. I'm looking forward to listening to that album. Well, thanks again, Michael, for sitting down with us and having a great time with us here at the Zoom tent. And thank you, Zoom, for allowing us to take over their little tent here for just a couple minutes to sit and chat with Michael Hernandez.
BackStage360, thank you guys.
That's it.